The mindset of those in government is to, of course, take care of themselves, take care of their own,
goodness.
not necessarily take care of the people. And so in order to preserve themselves, would they deprive the people of the right to own gold? We've only gotten that right back since 1973, folks.
So tell me about the silver thing. I didn't realize some law went into effect in 67 on
Same executive
silver?
order by Johnson.
No.
Yeah. It made it
No, they
illegal.
didn't order people to bring in their silver, did they?
It was illegal to own, yeah. In fact,
Oh, come on.
Yes.
You're just making that up.
I don't.
The first time I ever heard of that.
Well,
1967, President Johnson said what?
Sell me your silver.
Like some of your silver quarters and halves?
And he said,
Yeah, but nobody did that.
If you have silver certificates and you expect that...
You mean the Kennedy ones?
No, silver certificates that had been issued since 1928.
Wow.
Since well before, when somebody brought in a hunk of silver to the Treasury, they struck it into a silver dollar.
Yeah.
They handed the silver dollar back. Then the person handed the silver dollar to them and said, give me a note. What they got was a silver certificate.
Oh, good. Okay.
So, and then in the vaults of the Treasury piled up these silver dollars against which were issued silver certificates.
Oh, okay.
So in 67, Johnson said, well, look, we're demonetizing these. We're taking this silver. And if you have silver certificates, your claim against this pile, then you better bring them by 67 and trade them in for this silver, because after that, we're taking it. And that's what
do you mean?
they did.
No. You mean so people had these silver certificate notes.
Correct.
Johnson said, you got to come in before 1967, and we're gonna give you Federal Reserve notes for them?
Correct.
Or otherwise you're not going to get anything for them.
Correct.
Can they do that?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's real money. How can you make real money not worth anything?
Slowly and
well, it's not real
imperceptibly.
money.
Well,
I guess
it was
it kind of
then.
sort of.
Hey, in 67, the silver dollar was like, you had silver dollars, you had half dollars of 40% silver.
Right.
But it was right after Kennedy was assassinated, curiously enough.
Yeah, it all changed. Right? It all changed.
They withdrew the silver from the subsidiary coinage. And the only thing that was left were the silver dollars that was struck before 1921. Of course, Kennedy was going to strike new silver dollars in 64 with all the piles of silver that were in the Treasury. But that plan never came to fruition with his assassination. And the U.S. notes that he issued in the summer of 1963 were withdrawn by December of 1963. So that never came to fruition. And then starting in 64, Federal Reserve notes were the only thing that was money. And of course, the silver certificates and the U.S. notes were still circulating. But the Federal Reserve was slowly withdrawing them every time they were brought in for deposit, to the point where by 67, Johnson said, okay, that's it. I'm closing the silver window. So if you have a silver certificate, you cash it in for your silver dollar or forever hold your peace. And a great many Americans thought, man, no way. I see silver certificates today. And anyone who tells me that the federal government would not repudiate its debt, I have a mountain of silver certificates. Each one of them says the following. This is to certify that there is on deposit in the Treasury of the United States $1 in silver payable to the bearer on demand. Repudiated. Not worth the paper that it's printed on.
But, you could still bring it to Starbucks and buy coffee with it.
Well, of course, it's $1. It's
yeah.
$1.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So, but the point is...
Yeah, it says it right there that you can get to,
It's repudiated. And that is no different, in my view, from the repudiation of Treasury debt. Just okay.
Same thing, right?
Same. What's the difference?
Defaulted.
Default
on the currency.
You did not pay my silver dollar. There was no date on this certificate that said it expired on a certain date. This is a contract under Norton's Bills and Notes. This is a contract. It's a depository receipt for $1 silver, and you've defrauded me of it.
Well, I think